Yes, you guys ready for some more nerding?
Yes.
From the CTO?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Yes, I've been given 15 minutes to talk a bit about one of the new features that we have developed using AI. It's called STARs CTO Navi. So, what if you could have an intelligent and informed conversation with your maintenance system? So, today, you do 5 clicks to find one work order, you navigate between 3 screens, and yeah, 2 minutes lost each time. And multiply that with across several shifts, across a number of vessels, and across the fleet. That's a lot of time. So we're trying to solve this then. So the problem isn't necessarily the lack of data, it's the cost of finding it. I know we've been talking over the several days now about, okay, there is an issue with we're missing some data, but at the same time, we do have a lot of data. So time lost, as I mentioned, knowledge trapped. You might have people that are really, really experienced. Those are the guys that are really fast solving issues because they can find the data fast. And also then delayed decisions. I mean, okay, you oversee things, you're not aware of things because you can't find things fast enough, etc. That's something we aim to solve with STARs CTO Navi. So why does AI work for maritime maintenance? It has to do with the evolving of AI itself. So back in 2022, when ChatGPT was launched, until today, where we now are trying to launch STARs CTO Navi. So structured data is getting better, defined processes is getting better, and a precise domain vocabulary is in place. So all of these things together makes it easier then to deploy an AI solution on top of the maintenance system. So what is STARs CTO Navi? It's basically your AI agent inside Star Explorer. So there's no new app, there's no new login, it's just your new best friend within Star Explorer. You do natural language queries, so basically ask in English or Norwegian, it's like talking to a colleague. It's based on your real data, live. So your queries are actually based on what is inside Star Suite, and we're using the existing API to get the data. We also included in this clickable deep links, so I'll show you afterwards. I'll take you into our development environment and we'll fool around a bit with it just to see. But if I ask for instance, work orders or planned maintenance jobs or whatever, it also comes up with links. So you're actually taken back into Star Explorer, Star Suite, to see the traditional views. So it's not only organizing and structuring your data, but it's easy then to connect back into Star Suite. Just a few scenarios. So, for instance, show me open work orders for a particular piece of equipment, or what spare parts do I have for a particular piece of equipment, or what type of maintenance task is overdue. So all of these things, we will save time, you will get the right answer without doing manual lookup in different places, and helps you become a bit more proactive. So it's supposed to be then simple for users and a bit smartness underneath. So you ask, type in your question, ordinary language, Navi then translates this, fetches the data that is relevant for your question. We get that processed using Azure, OpenAI, and you get a structured result back, which is easy, readable for humans. And that is then all the time inside Star Explorer. We also built this solution to grow with the platform. So if we compare this to, what you say, the traditional chatbot, which is a lot of stuff is then hard-coded. It is manual matching between the question and the answer. You need time to do updates when things change. And it's basically a separate system to manage. And this is where STARs CTO Navi is based on the APIs that we have. So if we add more functionality and more features, it would automatically detect those new APIs. So you will basically be kept updated whenever new features come. And so basically it grows with the platform. And then zero code changes is needed when we add features. Of course, when we're talking about AI, we also have to talk a bit about security, how we treat data. So what we do is that we have a Azure OpenAI instance, which is STARS. We own it, so data is not shared anywhere else. We use the same authentication as we do with Star Explorer, and all traffic is encrypted. The data that we send to OpenAI is not used for training for other models, etc. It's our private data. There's no cross-customer data access. So because we use your existing access, so we limit the data you can get a hold of, that's limited to your data. And there's no data retention on Azure. So the data that we send to Azure to interpret the question you have together with the data, as soon as we get the response, then we delete the data in Azure. So it basically has amnesia, to put it in short. Yes, then small demo. So just keep in mind that we are actually now in our development environment doing this testing. So here is Navi. As you can see, we store your previous history, the chat, so you can actually go back and look if you want to. And here is where you then can start asking your questions. So, just as an example. Yep, so nothing is scheduled. And then it will also suggest for you, okay, well, how can you change your query? So, yep. So here you see you have some work orders for the next 12 months. So what I'm asking now is basically just show me the needed spare parts for these work orders. And here it lists, and it says, okay, well, here are the ones that are actually put into the system, the estimated quantity, and which ones are in stock. So 0 actually for all of them. And and it also says that, okay, for some of these scheduled jobs, there are no linked materials found. We can do another one, would be then, let's see, just list some examples. So list active purchase orders, like this. Now we're trying to limit the search result a bit. So a bit shorter list. Then, after seeing this one, you might be interested in looking at summarizing the POs per vessel, for instance. So let's see. We can just copy this one. Easier. List and summarize POs per vessel. So what is happening now is that it's taking the query, gathering data, and then preparing the result in Azure and returning it. So as you can see here, this is what has been spent on POs per vessel. So you have a demo tanker and some POs are unspecified. And then, for instance, we could say that, okay, well, I would like to list the POs per vendor, highest to lowest sum. could be interesting to see. Okay, which one of my suppliers are the bigger ones? Okay, so yeah, so here you can see Seaway Supply and ABB are the biggest ones in terms of PO value. We then might be interested in, for instance, taking a closer look at the content of the POs from one particular supplier. I mean, must be a reason why we're ordering so much stuff from this one. So here you get a sort of an analysis of the content of the purchase orders that we have towards that particular supplier. And it automatically tries to interpret a bit and say, well, okay, well, here's what's fully received, here's what's partially received. Also, it breaks down by department. This is the AI actually thinking by itself, managing, okay, what would be interesting for you since you're asking these questions about the POs. And automatically also gives you, what are the biggest ones? Yes. Yeah, so now you guys have seen where we are at the moment. Keep in mind that this is a generic AI, so meaning that it doesn't learn from you as a user. That would be something we could do in the future. But for the moment, this is a generic one. It gets your question, it gets the data, it tries to interpret it and give a sensible answer back to you. But it doesn't have the capability to learn. That is something that would require one instance of an agent that is dedicated to you as a user. So some of the things that we are thinking about as a next step and future is having saved conversations and then also starting to learn, meaning that we would then deploy one agent per user. That would be a possibility. Also in the future, having the possibility to have an AI work offline would be very interesting, especially on board a vessel, not being, not having to have internet connection. Other things that we have discussed is maybe voice input, giving proactive alerts. Again, that's dependent on you having your own agent, basically your coworker. But it's a possibility. You could then say that, okay, well, whenever there's a deadline that is about to expire, give me a notification. Then the agent would then be searching for whatever is interesting for you to get alerts on, and it would start to learn. And of course, it could be possible in the future also to start connecting to other types of data, not necessarily only what we have in STAR, but again, in the future, when we see what the need is. So, yeah. Yes. So hopefully the future of maritime maintenance is conversational. Yes, thank you. Perfect.